Okay, welcome Arti Sequeira. We're
Thank you.
here at SAVOR, the Central Coast for Sunset Magazine. And what a privilege to have you here.
Thanks.
And have you had time to peruse around and look at some of the venues?
I just got in here, so but I've already eaten a couple of things that are sort of mind-blowing. I just had a grilled oyster, which I've never had before, and it's such a huge thing with and listen, I was always taught you don't mix fish and cheese. And so when he told me he was putting a little Parmesan in that grilled oyster, I was like, okay, fantastic.
There you go. That's
so
right.
I've only been here 5 minutes and I've had my mind blown,
Right.
so I have high expectations for the rest of it.
Okay. As you know, SAVOR wants to have people come here and actually take time out to see what this community is all about, as far as the local fair, the agriculture, the produce, and not only that, but about the community. And you know, as being on the Food Network, do you see this as a trend in food and with the home cook to bring in those local, organically grown produce or things like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a confluence of things happening. I think we are sort of, you know, searching for the old school way of doing things. You know, I think in everything, whether it's music or movies or books, but especially food, you know, whether it's pickling or jamming or now growing your own fruit and vegetables, I mean, we're discovering that there's something joyful in that. And then when you grow your own or when you look to your community for your fruit and veg, it tastes better. You know,
absolutely.
So I definitely think that, I mean, it's changed the way that I cook. When I moved here to LA from New York, the first thing I did was seek out a farmer's market. And then in a way, it's kind of like when you cook seasonally and you cook locally, it's almost like you've been given a cookbook, because the things that grow in the same season go together. So it's really easy to put, you know, a meal together, because say in the summer you know that the tomatoes and the basil and the eggplant and the peaches, somehow they're going to taste good together.
Right. And not only that, but it also emphasizes being healthy, being a healthy eater. Because you know, with the crisis of obesity in our country, get away from the fast food and get back towards that local fare is so important. So have you bring that into your show, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I grew up in the Middle East, in Dubai, and we were so lucky because we had an enormous farmers market every Friday, just a huge outdoor market, and we got fruit and vegetables prepared by hands from so many parts of the world. You know, we got apples from Washington, we got apricots from Iran, we got, you know, so I mean the carbon footprint was quite large, but it was all fresh, you know, and I just fell in love with that. I loved that, the variety of vegetables we would eat and fruit that we would eat. So that is just kind of inherent to the way that I cook. I can't eat apples and bananas every day. Like, I need to mix it up. And I think the other way to eat healthier is to use spices. Not, you know, and I think when people hear spicy, they think hot. But spicy means cinnamon. And cinnamon, lemongrass, cardamom, paprika, turmeric, all these things that have health benefits on top of being incredibly flavorful, so you don't have to add butter, you can add some spice.
Right, which we love that part of your program, where you have your little tray with the little compartments. In fact, we were always saying, we need to get one of those.
It's funny, that's one of the top 10 questions is, what's that called and where can I get it? It's a masala dabba, and you can find it online. It's great.
Fantastic. I know that, you know, educating the palate to embrace those herbs and those spices and bringing them in to enhance the meal is so critical to get away from the butters and the oils. Although butter's great too, but a little bit, just a little bit.
I mean, there's no shortage of butter.
That's for sure.
What I make.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot going on, and today you're going to be doing a demonstration. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm demoing. In fact, it's actually two really good examples of how to bring a little extra flavor into whatever you're cooking. So I'm making a couple of things that would go really well with that glass of wine or that mug of beer. The first thing I'm making is Lebanese. It's called a rice, and it's a ground beef stuffed pita. and there's a little, there are a few spices in there, but it's just parsley and pine nuts and lemon juice. I mean, it's very simple, very Mediterranean. So that's one side of it. And then on the other side, we have this intensely flavorful chicken wing that I'm calling my pout plumpers.
Ooh.
Because I put a lot of black pepper and sriracha, that Thai chili paste in there. So it does make your lips tingle just a little bit.
That's why you have to go around and try all the great wines. And
we'll see which one goes best. I know.
Yeah.
I do have to drive home tonight.
Well, as we say, drink moderately.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, anyway, thank you for being here, and I'm sure you're going to have a great day. And hey, we couldn't have ordered up a better day.
I know, it's beautiful.
Right? And we're here in the Central Coast for the Sunset Magazine. So thank you again.
Nice
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Nice to meet you, hon.